Hi, and welcome to the Growing as a Family podcast. My name is Joel.
And I'm Clarice.
And would you like to do the intro?
Yes. So we thought it'd be fun to do like a year recap on the books we've read this year. Because I feel like we've both just gotten into reading, like in the past year to maybe a year and a half.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like I got pretty interested in it, and I wanted to read together. Like we had done like a marriage book when we were engaged, and I was like, I like reading together. Like we should keep it up, and you liked reading together, so we started ordering books. We get all of our books mainly from thriftbooks.com.
Love that place.
So
not affiliate though. Check them out on your own will.
Yeah. I've also heard great things about christianbook.com. So they're used books, but who cares? And yeah, so we've ordered a lot on there over like the past year, and I feel like I haven't gathered the books that I've read until now, and I'm actually surprised with how many I've read.
Yeah. We've read a lot this
I'm pretty proud
year.
of that because I grew up hating reading. Like I would read the bare minimum, like just what I had to in school or to meet like the reading requirements so I could go to the reading party and get like prizes.
And somehow you won the reading award in high school.
I did. But that was like reading comprehension. That wasn't high school, that was middle school. But yeah, so now I've been more into it and I really like it, and as a pastime, and I feel like it's grown my knowledge and even my vocabulary, and helps me when I write my blogs on our website.
On our website, growingasafamily.com. Check out our blog.
But
I would say reading for me, even this past year, learning the knowledge from books is way different than learning online. Like there's just
learning the what?
Like gleaning the knowledge from the books is like way different from online.
Yeah.
And like reading is something that is going to become a thing of the past. I hope not, but you don't talk to a lot of people who read. And so like
maybe not a lot of guys read. I don't know, maybe that's a stereotype. I feel like there's a lot of girls that really like reading. But
I guess, yeah.
I mean, a lot of people these days read on like a Kindle or listen to audiobooks. Or they don't read and they just like sit on their phone or something. Right. But I enjoy reading for knowledge a lot. So I don't know, it's hard to characterize the type of book I like. I guess like Christian life books, like mothering and parenting and wifehood and homemaking, those types of books. But I've tried to expand a little bit and read like some story fiction stuff. So yeah.
Well, and for me, I only read fiction growing up. I read a few nonfiction for school, but I loved reading fiction. Yeah. And so like when we got into reading, I was like, oh, this is like a nonfiction book. And I didn't really like it as much until I started reading some really good stuff by some really good authors. And I was like, okay, I actually do really like reading. Some of the books that I have read here that we're going to share today, I like would highly recommend. I really love them.
Yeah. Some like theological books.
Yeah,
too.
I really like those.
Yeah.
Well, what's your first book that you...
I put this on the first because it was on the bottom of my pile because it held up the pile. But this is called Nourishing Traditions. It's, the cookbook that challenges politically correct nutrition and the diet dictocrats.
There you go.
So this is by Sally Fallon, and it's just really good. The beginning is like getting into the science behind food, so like fats and proteins and carbohydrates, and kind of goes through all that, like, busting some of the knowledge you might learn from like science or doctors or whatever. And then it gets into like ancestrally preparing foods. There's a lot of foods in here where, listen, I'm like, oh my. Like it'll be something crazy with like uncooked fish or like uncooked beef or something, and I'm like, okay, I'm not there yet.
Right.
But it's super interesting, and you can learn how to like sprout grains or soak seeds or beans or whatever. And just really cool. Highly recommend. It really makes you think a lot. There's also a kid version.
I think it was that book that you were like reading me a few paragraphs from her.
Yeah.
Where she was like really coming after everyone, and you're like, whoa, this lady is like awesome. She's saying all the things that like need to be said, and like from our point of view. So it's definitely a really good read.
Yeah.
Have we made any recipes from this?
Yes, but not like, there's a few things I've like, I've made that before. So
is it just like shape your idea about foods? And
yeah. Like, and it talks a lot about like cancer, different diseases, and you know, the maybe like the cause of those with our modern like diet. And so yeah, highly recommend, like, you know, if you want to get into ancestral eating or preparing foods like the old natural way.
You mean there's not Pop-Tarts in there? She doesn't recommend Pop-Tarts?
No. But start here. Start with a textbook.
My book that I read probably almost a year ago now was the first one that really challenged me. It's called Dialed In by Jim Ramos. And it's a relatively new book. He is a famous pastor and podcaster. And he really awesome author, in my opinion. He challenges guys from a manly standpoint. And the catchphrase is reaching your full capacity as a man of God. And so really good read. Like I said, I loved it. I even told my brothers to read it, and which I feel like they have by now. We haven't really talked about it. I should follow up with them on that. But yeah, it was such a good read that I have been recommending it to a lot of the guys in my life. And so definitely check it out if you can.
Yeah. These are also in no particular order.
That's a good thought.
I tried to like order them, but I don't remember at all. I really like this book. It's called Created to Be His Helpmeet. This one's by Debbie Pearl. Just really good on like biblical wifehood. Just yeah. I don't want to share too much about every book because there's a lot.
Yeah, you gotta go and read them.
Yeah.
They are also on our website. They should be growingasfamily.com under books we have read and recommend.
Yeah.
They should be there.
Yeah.
The second one that I absolutely love that every husband should read is Adam Loves Eve. It is by The First Fruits of Zion. Great book. So good that I should be rereading it again and again, and I will. I think I should put this on my top of the reading list. So this would be, out of all the books that I've read this past year, this is my number one book to recommend and keep rereading. So if you're a married man, or if you're a man who wants to seek marriage, read this book, Adam Loves Eve.
All right. We're going every other, but you're going to run out of books.
I'm going to run out of books. She reads a lot more books than I do, and I would like to say it's because I don't have time, but it is really because she has a lot more time on her hands.
Yeah.
So.
Nap time is a thing right now. So I'm just going to show these at the same time. They give kind of the same vibe, but they're both stories on like, this one is called Homemaking by J.R. Miller. I'm sure a lot of people have heard of him. And then this one is Mother by Kathleen Norris. This one's kind of like a story. I've also heard this is good for like young girls. So good little story to make you think about the importance of being a mother. And this is just like for the whole Christian home. Like women can read this, men can read this. You can read it with your kids. It's just about making the home a home. It's not about like tips and tricks to keep your kitchen clean or something. It's like, yeah, but
cool.
Yeah.
But didn't you say that the book Mother was a really old book?
Yeah, I think it was.
And you had a hard time finding it?
Yeah, I wanted to find like the original like print. I mean, I think this one is revised, but I feel like it was from like the late 1800s or something. Just a really old, timeless story.
Yeah. Is your mic on? Okay, yeah. All right. Too many mic troubles. Masculine Mandate. I love this book. It is by Richard D. Phillips. Jerry Bridges, I don't know if you know who that is. He's another good author. He recommends this book and he writes a foreword in it. So great book. Yes, again, I would recommend it.
So many manly man.
Yes.
Inspiring.
If you want to become a man, you got to read like a man.
If you want something also about nutrition, this is such a great book.
Deep nutrition.
I think I read a lot of this one to you. I'd be like, have you ever heard of this? Yeah, it's called Deep Nutrition, Why Your Genes Need Traditional Food. And it has like the 4 pillars of the human diet. And it's by Catherine Shanahan. So.
Isn't she a doctor too?
She's an MD. I think that means. Doctor. She's a physician. But. Yeah. It says it revolutionizes the way we think about food by showing how our dietary choices affect us down to the level of our DNA. And it goes back to like traditions of ancestors and how people used to eat. Another one that's like a little countercultural to these days, which I don't know. I really like learning about like true nutrition. And I feel like you can't read this and look back.
Right.
So yeah, highly recommend this one, probably as like a starting point to learning about real nutrition, but it's very long, so buckle up.
Well, at some point you gotta ask yourself, like, the food pyramid that they're recommending.
Yeah, these days.
You're telling me that shredded wheat is like one of the recommended morning breakfasts, and it's like mechanically processed all these things, and it's like, I don't know. At some point you gotta question it, right? So read the book. This book I would say is a great starting point. It's very thin. It's like 6 chapters.
You got a bookmark in it.
I do. I'm rereading it actually. The Biblical Manhood, Masculinity, Leadership, and Decision Making by Stuart Scott. So I have given this as gifts to a few people. Like I said, it's a thin read and a great starting point for getting into learning about biblical manhood and what God calls us to be.
I'll share 2 then that are kind of the same as that one. They're like thin little books, starting spots for just being a woman, and this one's about motherhood. But this was the first one I read by Nancy Wilson. It's called The Fruit of Her Hands, and this one is Praise Her in the Gates. Just really good foundational ones about femininity and being a helper to your husband, and yeah,
that's awesome.
Building your house. That's like the main thing.
R.C. Sproul, The Holiness of God. We did this one together. We read this one with our Bible study, and we loved it. It was really challenging. It brought a lot of questions to mind of, who God is and what does he mean to us, and how are we supposed to, respect him in his holiness. And I would say this one grew my faith a lot. What about you?
Yeah, I really liked it. It's like something I didn't like always think about as the concept of holiness. You just think like, yes, God is holy, but like what is holy really, and how we're called to be holy? It's like, what's that even look like? So if you want to know, read the book.
And it was really good reading it with you.
Yeah.
Because I felt like we got to like ask each other questions, and we got to be like, oh, hey, did you know this? Like,
are there questions in it?
I don't know. I'm sure the study guide there is questions, but I think I remember there being like 3 questions.
There's questions.
Yeah, 3 questions at the end of the chapter.
Yeah, this one's by R.C. Sproul.
Great read, especially if you have like a book study or Bible study that you don't know what you're going to move on to next.
Yeah.
Great book.
Yeah.
You can do another one of yours.
Yeah, I might as well. I really liked this book. It was on my reading list. It's definitely like future. I'm super future mindset. So when I was reading this, I was super inspired. Like I already had like 5 and 6 year olds. But yeah, it just reinstated what I already believe. It's called Until the Streetlights Come On, How a Return to Play Brightens Our Present and Prepares Kids for an Uncertain Future. It's by Ginny Urick. And she's the founder of 1,000 Hours Outside. So that's like the year goal of getting outside for 1,000 hours. And this just talks about how, kids used to always be outside all the time, playing until the streetlights come on. That's like the title. But yeah, and it attacks a lot of like screen time and, just how to get your kids to grow up with creative, imaginative mindset. Yeah.
I remember you reading that book and you were like, this book is so good.
Yeah, it's like about unstructured play and boredom and getting like sunlight and how to make outside time more attractive than screen time. So if that's something that you're struggling with, maybe get that book.
Sounds like something my mom would recommend. 15 minutes of boredom creates creativity, is what she always used to say. Thank you, Mom. I had this book recommended to me by a friend. He spoke really highly of Rory Groves. I have his other book. I still have yet to read it, but it's on my read list. This one is called The Family Economy. The other one by Rory Groves, I believe, is called Durable Trades. This one is really good because it breaks down, it breaks down like the family dynamics and stuff, and we got to get back into the old way of life. And it's discovering the family as it was destined to work. And so, again, a thin little read. I liked it because it asked a lot of good questions. And it was like, hey, if your family is not spending a lot of family time together, or like, what are we doing? Like back in the day, we used to spend all of our time together. We used to work together as a family. And where has that gone? So great book.
Everyone's got their own individual things now. But
yeah,
there's value in spending time together.
Yeah, and I would say check out Rory Groves. I really like his work too.
Nice. Which one should I do next? We're just gonna keep shouting out his mother over here, but she gave me this book.
Yes.
It's called Calm My Anxious Heart. She said it was her favorite book ever. It's by Linda Dillow. It was really good. It was just like it was pretty much like the Bible verse, like worrying doesn't add a single day to your life. Give it to God, that type of thing. And it's it's got like stories in it from her time being like a missionary. And lots of scenarios where you're like, oh, I'd be worried too. But yeah, I feel like this helped her a lot because she was a mom and you worry about your kids and stuff. So I'm probably definitely going to reread this one in the future.
Now, a book that I have recently finished the entire series of, it's not a nonfiction book. It is a fiction book. It's called The Brother Brand Chronicles. And there's 9 books in the series, and they're all pretty thick. I really love them. I grew up reading this series, and I recently finished the whole series again. And they're a good fiction book. They make you want to go out and build a log cabin.
Are you sure they don't make you want to go be like a pirate?
No, it's against pirating.
Oh.
They're the ones that are the good guys.
But is it about cabin building?
No, it's just being like all man things, like making weapons and living off the land and going hunting and sailing and fishing and everything that makes you want to become a man. So I really like this whole series, and I did manage to read the whole series recently. But they are fiction books, but I do recommend them, even if you've got boys who are like really into reading and they're like, what is a good series? It's Brother Brand Chronicles by John Flanagan. He also has another series too that's The Arranger's Apprentice. So that's also a really good one too. I own all those books. But that's like 11 books in the series or 12.
Oh my. So, gotta have a lot of time on your hands.
So I mixed it up a little bit.
Yeah. By reading. It's good to read different like genres. Yeah. Sometimes it's fun just to read for the fun of it. I'll share the series I read then. Look how different they are.
Here, bring my book back. There you go.
Maybe that should be the thumbnail. This is, Laura Ingalls Wilder, the Little House series. Oh, this was my like.
Listen, I read a lot. Talked about for like while she's reading the 9 books for like months. It was just like, I want to be like Laura. Is this like Laura?
And I want to be like her mom.
Well, that's true, but
yeah, it was just. I never read this growing up because I hated reading, and this was one of those things that every little girl reads, and I just never did. And I really want my kids to enjoy reading, so I want to own a lot of like good series for my kids to read. So I bought these, and I was like, I gotta read them. And honestly, I feel like you get way more out of it when you're older. Like, I feel like it'd be really fun and like exciting as a little girl to read it, and it'd probably make me want to like live that way and wear a bonnet. But now reading it, it like inspires me as a mom and like a wife, and just their family's like dynamic and how they work together and overcome like so many just hardships in life, and highly recommend. You got to read this. If you're like me, but you read this when you were younger, reread it now. It's not a little girl book.
Would you recommend all 9 of them?
Yes. I really hated when they ended, and I wanted to hear the entire story. Loved it. Now I want to watch the TV show.
Yes, we have started a little bit of it.
Should I keep going?
Yeah, do another one. I'm gonna maybe do these 2 or do those 2 at the same time.
Which ones?
These 2.
Okay. Next. I read Mere Christianity by C.S. Lewis. We had read like a good chunk of this a few years ago. I feel like even aside from these books, I have other books this year that I read like a couple chapters of, and then I'd get like another book that I was more excited for, and I'd quit reading it. This was kind of one of those a couple years ago, but I reread it this year because I was like, okay, this is like the foundational Christian book, and C.S. Lewis is awesome. I was like, I gotta actually read it. I can't just own it and not read it.
Speaking of C.S. Lewis, I read the whole Narnia series too.
This year?
Yeah. So that's all 7 books, but those are fantasy, but not fantasy. Sorry, fiction. Really good too. I really like C.S. Lewis, and you know, knowing my point of view and reading the Narnia Chronicles, I'm like, oh, I see the correlations between like that and like scriptures and stuff. So it's really cool. I like his writing.
Yeah. And then this is Lee Strobel, The Case for Christ. Super cool. He was an atheist, and then he was a journalist, and so he did like his own investigation of who Christ is by going to different a lot of like professors or pastors or theologians. Like he went to people like that and asked them like the hard questions about Christianity, and in the end he came to the conclusion that it was all real, and now he's a Christian, writes a lot of other books, and yeah, that one was really cool.
I'm pretty sure that's how C.S. Lewis became a Christian as well. Was he was an atheist and he set out trying to prove Christianity wrong.
Yeah.
Surprise! Christianity is real. Dig into it yourself.
Didn't you have a book you said you listened to on audio, but you don't own it?
So I listened. That's a good point. So it's on our website. It's called The Measure of a Man. I'm not sure who it's written by. I listened to it at work, and so I didn't own the book because I thought it was really good. It was kind of breaking down like what builds a man, and so it's a book I would recommend. I did like it. Probably not one I would purchase after like listening to the full thing. So a lot of these others I did listen to first, and then I was like, this is so good, I'm going to purchase it. So, but yeah, it's called The Measure of a Man, and it is on our website.
Yeah. So. Another book we read together, Gary Thomas, Cherish.
I loved this book.
Yeah, really good book. Yeah, it changes your marriage, helps you see why you ought to cherish one another and make your marriage awesome.
What actually started us reading together was it a Gary Thomas book, The Meaning of Marriage?
No, that's not. He wrote Sacred Marriage.
Right.
We also read Sacred Marriage by Gary Thomas.
That one's also really good.
Timothy Keller?
Yeah, that's another one. They're like the same people.
Timothy Keller wrote The Meaning of Marriage. And I think that's what we read when we were in, what's it called?
Premarital counseling.
Yes.
So, and we liked it a lot. And yeah, then we read The Sacred Marriage, by Gary Thomas. And we really liked that one. But we read that one a couple years ago. And so we're like, we got to get his next book, which is Cherish. And so we really like Gary Thomas. And read it if you're married. Read it with your spouse.
Good study together. Yeah. Another one I read called But Then She Remembered, and it's by Katie Westenberg, and it's about how we live like in a super distracted world. Something Joel and I talk about all the time is technology's like pull on our attention spans, and this just it talks a lot about like remembering God and like correlating that with like the Israelites. I just remember reading it and being like, oh my gosh, like I'm fired up.
Those are the best books.
Yeah, and so it's just a return to like, focusing on who God is, and it says to love the Lord your God with all your heart and soul and mind and strength, and we forget that so often. So yes, read this. So cute.
In case you haven't got the memo, read all the books that we've read. We do recommend them.
Yes. I'll share another one.
Do another one.
This is a different style. I read Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. I read this in high school. I feel like I probably wrote a paper on it or something. Again, back when I hated reading. So this is about like living. It's kind of a dystopian world where they've banned all books and all reading, and if you own books, you like the firemen come and burn them all, and so it's just a world where, again, it's predicted like people are on technology all the time, and like their whole living room was a screen, so it was almost like living in a simulation, and nobody thought about anything, and it's from the perspective of a fireman who burns books and then questions why he's doing that. So yeah, nice. I recommend it.
Should we say this one?
Yeah.
To Train Up a Child by Michael and Debbie Pearl. This is a really controversial book. We really liked it because it's something that we really want to do for our kids, and it really teaches you how to train up your children in the way of the Lord. And ultimately, training them when they're young sets them up for the future and for how they view Christ in the Bible. And so it's really a foundational book, in my opinion.
Yeah. And it's all based on, love and loving discipline. And yeah, I feel like it relates it to like scripture really well.
Yeah.
And I feel like from anything you can glean a lot of knowledge and take what you want to take from it. And they have more books that get into like specific situations for training your child. So this is like the first kind of foundational book, but yeah, we really liked it.
And it's built on a foundation of love and discipline. And so it's not just brute force discipline all the time. It's, it's loving and caring for and walking with your child, and
and setting an example. A lot about who you are too. Because ultimately, how you are, your kids will end up being, no matter how you discipline them.
And now this is a book that I'm currently reading, as you can see, the tab. It's called Family Man, Family Leader by Philip Lancaster. I really like it so far. I'm about maybe a quarter of the way through it. It's really, really awesome. It's the biblical fatherhood as the key to a thriving family. So I really like it. And this one is not on our website yet, but I will put that one up there once I finish it. So, but yeah, this is one I'm going through currently.
Yeah.
One of the ones.
And I'm going through Seasons of a Mother's Heart currently. This is also from Joel's mother. Okay. She can write her own book.
She could.
but it's by Sally Clarkson. I really like it so far. So shout out to her for gifting it to me this Christmas. But I feel like a lot of these books that I've shared, I really have enjoyed, and I'm gonna reread when I'm a mother of children that it like more pertains to. But yeah, this is mainly, it's geared towards homeschooling mothers. So like encouragement in that season, because you're always with your kids, but it's really, I feel like it's also just about mothering in general. So you don't have to be a homeschooling mom.
Yeah. That's my goal with a lot of the books that I have too. Like, they're so good, I want to own them and reread them. Like, I'm not just one to read it and put it on the shelf and leave it for 20 years.
Yeah.
Like, I want to keep rereading them. So, and then the one I'm going through a book study with my friends that are also dads. It's called The Mortification of Sin by John Owen. Great book. Very, very challenging and deep book. But it has been awesome for our study. And we meet every Friday mornings at 6 a.m. And so, well, I'd say most Friday mornings, not every Friday morning, but it's been a really awesome read to dive in with my fellow fathers and husbands, and really glean from what John Owen has taken from the Bible and Scripture and stuff. So, like I said, really, really heavy book, but again, it's really challenging. That's what we should strive after if we want to, continue growing in faith and growing in our knowledge of Christ. So, really recommend this one too.
Yeah, and then I just thought we lent out the book, but
we put it on the screen right here. What's it called?
A Full Quiver. I forget who it's by. I'm sure you do too.
Yeah, I do too. But it's on the screen. You can read it.
Yep.
Maybe somewhere. Maybe not here.
It's a really good book about big families and having a lot of kids, and it's a little countercultural too. But
and I would say the misconceptions of people thinking what a big family takes, and a lot of like they took a general survey of a lot of people, and what did the survey say, and what does the Bible say, and how are we supposed to, move on in light of that.
Yeah, I think it's a lot like centered around trusting God, like trusting Him with your family size, with your with family planning, like with your womb, with pregnancy. It's with a lot about worries. A lot about that, all centered around family and how kids are a blessing and always have been and always will be. So that really inspired us. I feel like we were like, yes, we want a full quiver.
Yeah, and it's a really great book. I remember being at the park and we were reading this over the summer. And I was like reading out loud because I'm sitting next to Clarice. And some older woman stopped us and was like, "What are you guys reading?" And I'm like, so I showed her the cover. Because I was a little embarrassed to a public person walking past. I was like, okay. So she read it, and she read the whole cover, and she's like, "Wow, it sounds like a really awesome book." And I was like, it really is. And so I didn't know why I was embarrassed to share that. But I'm like, it has been a super foundational book for us. And I feel like it's one that we really love, but we did lend it out to my brother, and so hopefully they can glean from it as much as we have.
Yeah, good book to read when you're young, just starting your family.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like the other book we've read is the Bible. So
yes,
stay in the Word.
Yes.
I'm still working through the Old Testament, but it's really good.
Yeah, I'm in James right now. I love James. I've been bouncing around a little bit, but
you love James.
I love James. James is an awesome book. Just
highly recommend.
Just read the book of James, like chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just 6, and just read them all again. Just keep going. And just really think about the words of
James.
Of James and what's being said, though. Do you have anything else to add to our book collection?
I don't think so. It'd be fun to do one of these like every year. I feel like I have a lot to beat. But I'm excited. Please recommend books below now that you see what we like to read. I also want to expand more. I like older style books. So I'm not like a big romancy type person. So
and you have a few books that you've planned out reading with your mom's group. And
I have a lot of books on my I want to read list. So
yeah.
But yeah.
Please comment your favorite books and we will look into them and read those too. And you can send us a form on our website, growingasafamily.com, and you can go at the bottom of the podcast page. You can tell us what you think, and you can just type in there, these are my favorite books, and just let us know. Or comment on our video on YouTube. And I think you can comment on Spotify too if you're listening. So do that, and we'll try and get back to you.
Yeah. Happy reading.
Happy reading. We'll see you next time.
Bye. Bye.